Hi everyone, welcome back to Let's Talk with Tiff. I'm Tiffanie, and I want to thank you for joining me. I want to talk about something that means a lot to me. It is very dear to my heart. The truth is, I would not be where I'm at today if prayer was not such a big part of my life. And I want to give away to some of you the very things that have saved me when I've gone through difficult seasons. I like to think of prayer as going back to the basics. There are so many tools out there in the world with people, with therapists, with friends, with family, with people that care. The very thing that has actually helped me and grounded me when I am going through a difficult season is prayer. That's it. The bare bones of prayer. And we don't need to complicate it. We're all designed to do it. It just may feel a little bit awkward at first. I know I went through my own adjustment period when I first started praying. It's part of it. I want to help remind you guys that grounding yourself and taking time to be honest with God is what's going to get you through every single moment. We are human and life can be difficult, but what's even more difficult than life is that we have a mind that wants to be involved in every single thing that happens in our life. If you don't have connection with God, with Creator, with Source, you will get swallowed up by this, by your mind, by your emotions, by your thoughts, by your feelings. It happens so fast, and the next thing you know, you're identifying with them. I want to remind you guys that the very thing that is so simple, it will cost you nothing but your time, is to sit before God and pray. A lot of people even ask me though, they kind of complicate prayer because it becomes performative. Maybe it becomes ritualistic. Maybe it becomes formal. It doesn't need to be any of those things. The honest truth is that when you go sit before God and you carve out a moment, most of mine are in the car, you just get honest. Get honest with God. What does that mean? Getting honest with God means you start telling God what's happening in your life. He already knows, but there is nothing like when a friend or family member, or I'm sure for parents out there, I'm not a parent yet, but I have nieces, and when they call me up and they want to include me in their life, and I know that they did something, but they're telling me themselves, there is nothing like a moment of connection with them when they include me and invite me in. And so God is no different. He knows what's going on, but there's nothing like when we connect with him and we invite him in. Just start telling God what is happening in your life. Invite him into every single detail. That is exactly what I do. We want to normalize this immediate connection with God. He's already inside of you, so go in. Go in and start talking to him. Start inviting him into the details of your life. Normalize this connection that is so freely yours. Doesn't even require anything but your time and your honesty. When life happens, you start normalizing this ability to just step aside from your life. Go talk to God. We have a mind, you guys. I have said it over and over again, and your mind is constantly working in the background, and it's going to work to judge your own prayer. Sometimes when we start praying, it's going to tell you everything that you said that was maybe stupid. Why did I say that? Everything. It has an opinion about everything. So if it can judge your own prayer, it's gonna do it. Your mind will fight to stay relevant in every thought. Pay attention to your thoughts and your feelings and your emotions, because not all of them are yours. And your mind is going to feed you thought, feeling, and emotion, especially when you are going through something that triggers you in your life, something difficult. And if you don't know you from those, it will give you whatever it wants, and you will easily identify with all of it. It's going to convince you, it'll at least attempt to convince you that you're okay. You're okay. You can pray later. How many times have you heard that one? You can pray later. I'll pray tomorrow. I'll pray when I get home. This is exactly what it does. Because if it can keep you from connecting with your creator, with God, well, it stays relevant in your life, through your thoughts, through your feelings, through your emotions. This is exactly how people continue to pivot away from God, right? They pivot away from God through emotions and feelings and thoughts. This is what it is. This is how it gets planted and takes on deep roots from within. And you eventually pivot so far away until we start to get into enough pain or discomfort. Something is off. We don't feel like ourselves. I need to reach out. And then maybe we take that step. So why do I say normalize? I say normalize because you don't want to get to this place. The whole point is to normalize connection with God. You know, when something's going down, you're immediately going to God. And that's how I live my life today. And so for me, you guys, prayer remains constant because God remains constant. There's never a moment where I cannot go to God. He is always there. He is always listening. There's no gaps. There's no space. There's no time necessarily without God. He remains constant in everything. All I have to do and all you have to do is carve out a moment, go in. I can't say this enough. Go in and start speaking the truth about you. When I say that, start speaking truth about you, I'm talking about the you that cries when you're alone. How many of us have done that? When you cry by yourself, that's the you need to take to him. I'm talking about the you that feels lonely. We're human. We want connection. We are built for it. Go get connection with Creator first. And you will start to feel more connected to others. This is the you that is extremely exhausted, the kind of tired where your soul is tired. Go to God. Sit with God. Sometimes prayer is not even words. It's just being in his presence. This is how he restores you from within. This is the you I'm talking about. Take the you that can't figure it all out. Really wrap your head around that one for a minute, because as humans, this is a natural reaction the mind wants to engage in. I have to figure it out. I must find the solution. No, the answer is that's not the truth. We don't have the answers, not all of them. We may have some, but God has all the answers. And so if you're looking to understand truth about what's going on in your life and make sense of things, start taking direction and just sitting in God's presence and letting him know, I can't figure it all out. That's exactly where he'll want you, because you'll find out that he is the answer. And it's carving out that time in prayer to just sit before him in the raw truth and letting him in, and you yourself going in and you getting extremely honest about where you're at and what's going on in your life. This is prayer. This is prayer. It's not fancy. It's not formal. It's not theatrical. It's not performative. And it's definitely not rehearsed. Prayer is raw and it is real. Sometimes it's even ugly, but God knows that and he loves you and he's ready to listen. So this is prayer in my life. I want to share it with all of you. And I thank you guys. Please go ahead and like and subscribe to my channel so we can do this again, because I'm here to share with you the very things that God has shared with me, the very things that he has walked me through. Start it in your own life, because it literally is that simple. It's just taking that moment to go sit down and be in the presence of God and get honest. I encourage all of you to do it, and I thank you all for joining me.